Hello, everyone. I think I'm going to do a little video on some koi fish and koi pond stuff, so some people will be interested in it and others will not. But this will be a little intro to it. I'm going to run through some of the stuff for maybe even putting in what I'm running as a temporary koi pond. As a koi pond here in Thailand. It could be deeper, but I've had this, what I'm calling a temporary koi pond, for over 2 years now, and have not had very much problems at all. Here in Thailand, it's a whole different ball game as far as I'm concerned with raising koi. I believe it's a lot easier here. So give me a minute here, and we'll get started. All right, so let's go out and take a look at this pond. That's a koi pond there. The most of the filtration, this one little deal here I just bought, and it's something that you could buy fairly cheap and go ahead and start your pond with just a little pump on it. Of course, you're only going to put a few fish in it anyway to get it started. So we'll go under the assumption that most people are just starting out raising koi, or not even raising them, just having them as pets, I guess. And they do become pets for sure. Yeah, this little one here was, I bought that. And like I said, they're fairly cheap. They're running off this little pump right here. And is it sufficient for this? No, but it's good enough to get it started. I built all the other filters that are on here. And this one here is basically one bucket that's full up with river rock, and then it just goes down through and up and around. This one here is, I'm gonna break up some of this right now. Is a moving bed filter, and just holds these biological filtration. This one here is a pretty much standard pool filter, except I re-plumbed it, you can see here, so that it flows the opposite way, so that it traps the beads up in the top. So this, needless to say, will probably, or could probably hold twice as many fish as I got in there, but you get to a certain point where it's crowded, and you don't want that either. But you see that I had built some other ones here too. They're really easy to build if people show interest in wanting to get started in this. I will go through a couple of simple filters that you can build really cheaply. You can buy, I'll check the price on I'll put it in up on the screen somewhere, of what the pool was, the pool itself. And I'll also try to put together some prices on what it would take to build a couple of, I would suggest the two that I showed over here, something like that. And then maybe eventually you could go into the pool type filter, but it's not needed. That's going to go because I am building a koi pond over here in the yard soon, I hope. But originally this was at a rental house, and now I own this house here. So it isn't. It's actually quite a bit easier here than from what I have. I've been doing koi and having koi ponds in the U.S. and California for 25, 30 years or so. And when I got here, the biggest problem with koi is they going in and out of big temperature changes, pH changes, any kind of a major change they don't like. One of them is temperature. Now they will live all the way down to freezing. The water could be 33 degrees as long as it's not completely frozen over. They sell like little heating discs that can go in the water and leave an opening in there, and you can actually bring them in and out through a pretty harsh winter. But like I said, when they do that, it stresses the fish. The bacteria will die off. The bad bacteria has a tendency to come back stronger and quicker than the good bacteria that you want, and fish get sick. Here I've had this for 2 years. I haven't had any problems. I only had one problem that ended up killing a lot of my fish, was I didn't check for a year and a half. I had water coming here in Surin, Thailand, and had no problem, no chlorine, no nothing, and had a leak in the pond. The pond went way down, and came back and they filled it up, and by the time I got out there and looked at it, fish were dying. I knew it was something with the water. By the time I tested everything, I lost half my fish. So if you're going to do it, make sure that you put in some kind of chlorine filter once you get the pond filled. It's just, I have this little, I don't know if you can see that over there. We'll go take a look. Not big of a rush here, but this little autofill deal here, it tops it off and keeps it up. Once you get to that point, then you can just put like you can buy them off Lasada or anything, just a little three-tiered filter that'll take out, I think it's carbon. Anyway, it'll take out chlorine, and then you won't have any problem with that. But as far as ulcers or any kind of sickness or anything with the fish, that is usually from bacteria and stuff from, like I said, big changes and swings in temperature and pH and that type of stuff. I haven't had any of it in 2 years, so the fish are healthy. It's a nice hobby. I enjoy it. But anyway, to get to it, if anybody's interested in anything like that, I can go into water parameters, simple tests. My motto for over the years is, if you keep a good eye on the water, you won't have any problem with the fish. So if you keep your pH levels, no ammonia, no nitrate, no nitrite. The nitrite you're going to get, or nitrates you're going to get some buildup, but you do that with changing the water. But we can go into a lot of that stuff if people show an interest for it. I'd be more than happy to do it, because obviously, as you can tell, I enjoy doing it. So this will be a little intro video to maybe a series on koi as a hobby, and we'll see where it goes. So for this first one here, I think that might just about do it. So I will catch you all on the next one.